Hello and welcome to being close to the close of week 1 of AC 1520 Managerial Accounting and Decision Making. Week 1 where we have covered the introduction to managerial accounting, that being chapter 18, discussing what managerial accounting is, often in comparison and contraction with financial accounting, major objective of managerial accounting being decision making for internal users, those internal users, managerial accountants. And then we have chapter 22 covering cost volume profit analysis, really at the heart of most managerial decision making, and what is distinct from financial accounting in that we are going to be breaking costs out not by segment or what the cost is used for, but in this case by cost behavior in terms of variable and fixed costs, because that is very useful when we make projections from an internal standpoint. When we're projecting out into the future, very useful to break costs out, not by category necessarily, but by behavior. Fixed cost, variable costs, we'll talk about how to do that more as we go forward, and some problems with that, including the fact that not every cost can be broken out perfectly into its variable and fixed components. Remember that everything from the discussion forums on down, that's what we need to get done. Everything is due by the end of the week, every week, that being Sunday. So make sure everything's uploaded and done by Sunday, including discussion forums worth 21% of the grade. Want to make sure to get full credit or as close to it on the discussion forums. We have the most control over the discussion forums. Therefore, I would approach every class, including this class, to get as close to full credit, 100% of the 21% on the discussion forums, and pick up as many of those points as possible, given the fact that we have the most control over them by posting at least 4 times. I would post more than 4 times to make sure to pick up that information. Not many people in this class, therefore it could be a little bit more difficult than normal, but these are huge topics, so it really shouldn't be a problem to get everything in there to get the minimum of 4 posts to pull full credit. We have the discussion, we have the assignments, we have the homework, we have the quizzes. Remember that the quizzes and the discussions generally cannot be made up for late work. Therefore, if you run into a time constraint, make sure to take the quiz even if you don't feel fully prepared for it. Don't want to get a 0 on the quiz. We have a bit more leeway in terms of assignment and homework for late work. Therefore, if you run into a time constraint, take the quiz, get as many points as possible, go back to assignments and homework for late work, knowing that you could lose and will lose points for late work, but that's going to give you the most points possible. Also note that the quiz is just really on chapter 18 rather than 21, which will be tested next week, so it may be a little bit lighter than you may think going into the quiz, so make sure to pick that up. Next week, we're going to continue on chapter 21, continuing on this discussion of cost volume profit analysis, breaking out fixed costs, variable costs. This is really the heart of managerial accounting and a lot of the kind of calculations we're going to make, because remember, what we're trying to do is really project outwards many times when considering managerial accounting decisions, and this type of analysis is going to be important in order to do that. We'll also start on master budgets, putting together budgets. Another key planning tool, budgets being a planning for the future, looking at past data and trying to predict what's going to happen in the future. Budgeting usually something that most people can relate to, a topic that a lot of students enjoy because they see the value in budgeting. So that's what we will do next week in week 2. So congratulations on being close to the close of week 1.